Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You know, I hear it all the time from my patients. Doctor, I just have a few crackers. They're light, they're easy on the stomach. They can't be that bad for me, right? Today, I want to gently pull back the curtain on that common belief. What seems like a harmless little snack can, unfortunately, become a hidden health trap over time. Think about it. Just recently, one of the top-selling cracker brands in America had to be recalled because of contamination issues. That was a real wake-up call. It wasn't just about that one product. It was a reminder of how much processed snacks have changed. Crackers are often marketed as this wholesome, comforting food, perfect with a bowl of soup, a slice of cheese, or a cup of tea. But have you ever really looked at the ingredient list on the back of the box? When you do, you often find a less than comforting mix: refined white flour, hydrogenated oils, hidden sugars, artificial buttery flavors, and a whole lot of sodium. These ingredients can create a perfect storm for things like inflammation, high blood pressure, and strain on your kidneys, which is a particular concern for older adults. For seniors, every little choice really does add up. Just a few of these so-called light crackers each day can easily push your sodium intake way over the healthy limit. This can lead to water retention and put unnecessary stress on your heart and kidneys. Plus, many of these crackers use oils that can worsen cholesterol levels and increase inflammation, which is often the root cause of joint pain, constant fatigue, and even memory issues. So, today, we're going to dive deep and separate the myths from the facts. I'm going to walk you through 7 popular cracker brands that you should probably avoid. But more importantly, I'm not just going to leave you hanging. I'll also show you 2 much cleaner, safer alternatives that will still satisfy that craving for a crunchy snack without putting your health at risk. This isn't about creating fear. It's about giving you the power to make informed choices. Once you know what to look for on those labels, you'll find that even your favorite snacks can be a source of nourishment, not a source of risk. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you find this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more health tips. Let's get started. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the pantry and pulling out some of America's most iconic snacks. They might bring back fond memories, but what's really lurking inside these crunchy favorites? Let's find out. First up, Ritz crackers. That golden buttery aroma might remind you of childhood lunches, but what's inside each small, round cracker tells a very different story. Just 5 crackers and, let's be honest, who stops at 5? Contain 80 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, and 105 milligrams of sodium. Most people easily eat 2 or 3 times that in one sitting. Before you know it, you've consumed over 300 milligrams of sodium and a mix of refined carbs and processed oils that do nothing for your body. The ingredients list reads like a chemistry experiment: enriched white flour, high fructose corn syrup, palm oil, soybean oil, and natural flavors. Those natural flavors sound innocent, but they're a legal loophole allowing companies to include dozens of synthetic additives without naming them. Palm and soybean oils are the real culprits here. They're cheap, but they're also pro-inflammatory, meaning they contribute to swelling in your joints, stiffness, and long-term damage to your arteries. For older adults, this inflammation can silently worsen arthritis and elevate blood pressure. And then there's the sugar, hidden under the name high fructose corn syrup. It's the same type found in soda, and even a small daily intake increases insulin resistance, raising your risk of type 2 diabetes and belly fat. Dietitians found less than 1 gram of fiber per serving in Ritz. That means it won't keep you full. Your blood sugar spikes, then crashes, and you're hungry again. It's this fake fullness that keeps you coming back. If you're taking blood pressure medication, snacks like Ritz can quietly undo all that hard work. A better choice. Try whole grain crisp breads with natural nut butter or avocado. Nostalgia doesn't protect your heart, and your body deserves better fuel. Now, let's talk about a cracker that tries to disguise itself as comfort food: chicken in a biscuit. At first bite, it smells like roasted chicken and Sunday dinners. But here's the problem. That familiar aroma doesn't come from real chicken. It comes from artificial chicken flavoring a mix of salt, flavor enhancers, and chemical extracts designed to trick your brain. A single serving of just 12 crackers gives you 160 calories and a whopping 230 milligrams of sodium. Double that, like most people do. and you're hitting nearly 500 milligrams of sodium, a quarter of your entire daily limit. For anyone managing high blood pressure or kidney disease, that's a silent danger. Sodium forces your body to retain water, raising your blood volume and making your heart and kidneys work over time. What makes chicken in a biscuit even more concerning is how deceptively addictive it is. The combination of refined white flour, canola oil, and artificial seasoning hijacks your taste buds, making you crave more. It's what food scientists call the bliss point, the perfect ratio of salt, sugar, and fat that keeps you eating, even when you're full. Let's be clear, this cracker contains no real chicken. It's not a source of protein and offers no real nutrition. Instead, you're consuming empty calories and chemical seasoning. For older adults, that's a dangerous trade. Every bite spikes blood sugar, then leaves you fatigued as your kidneys struggle to flush out excess sodium. A better option: try roasting chickpeas or almonds with olive oil, paprika, and garlic powder. You get the same satisfying crunch, real protein, and fiber without the chemical burden. Chicken in a biscuit isn't comfort food. It's a sodium bomb wrapped in nostalgia. Next up, a snack that's almost impossible to resist: cheese-eat crackers. They smell cheesy, they look fun, and they crunch just right. But let's look closer. A single serving, about 27 crackers, has 150 calories and 230 milligrams of sodium. Again, the serving size is tiny. Most people easily double that, taking in a huge amount of sodium, refined starches, and artificial coloring. Let's talk about that color, that unmistakable neon orange. Unfortunately, it doesn't come from real cheddar. It comes from artificial dyes like yellow 6, which have been restricted in Europe for possible links to hyperactivity and allergic reactions. Then there's the fat. Cheez-Its use canola and soybean oils, which are highly processed and rich in omega-6 fatty acids. When consumed in excess, they can drive inflammation throughout your body, making conditions like arthritis even worse. And that cheesy flavor, it's not from aged cheese. It's a powdered blend of whey, salt, and chemical flavor in it. Your brain tastes cheese, but your body gets almost none of the benefits. The bigger problem is how quickly these crackers can derail your blood sugar and blood pressure. The refined flour converts to glucose almost instantly. Combine that with a heavy sodium load, and you have a snack that spikes blood pressure, leaving you dehydrated and tired. So, what's a better choice for that cheesy crunch? Try baked cheese crisps, made from real cheddar or Parmigiano flour. No artificial dyes, just real cheese. You'll get protein, calcium, and authentic flavor without the chemical dust. Cheez-It crackers may look innocent, but that orange color is a warning sign. For your heart, your joints, and your long-term health, real cheese will always be the better choice. So there you have it, the truth behind 3 of America's favorite crackers. It's not about feeling guilty. It's about being informed and making choices that fuel your body for the long run. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going on a little trip to the grocery store, but we're not just looking for deals. We're uncovering the secrets hidden behind the slick marketing of some of the most popular snacks on the shelves. You see, what you think is a healthy choice might actually be quietly working against your health goals, especially if you're trying to manage things like blood pressure, blood sugar, or heart health. We're going to pull back the curtain on 2 snacks that are masters of disguise. You'll be shocked at what we find. Let's start with a brand that has perfected the art of looking healthy: Wheat Thins. I mean, the name itself just sounds wholesome, doesn't it? You look at the box, and you're greeted with images of golden wheat stalks swaying in the sunshine. They plaster words like 100% whole grain, fiber, and even heart-healthy claims all over the packaging. It's a masterpiece of marketing, designed to make you feel good about your choice. But what's really inside that box? Let's break it down. A single serving, which is just 16 little crackers, contains around 140 calories, 5 grams of fat, 200 milligrams of sodium, and a surprising 4 grams of sugar. Now, you might think, that's not so bad, but hold on a second. This is supposed to be a savory, wholesome cracker, not a dessert. 4 grams of sugar is the same amount you'd find in half a cookie. Why is there so much sugar hidden in a snack marketed as a healthy grain? That, my friends, is the deception. So, let's play food detective and look at the ingredient list. The first ingredient is indeed whole wheat flour, which is a good start. But don't get too excited, because the list quickly takes a nosedive into something that reads more like a chemistry experiment. We see canola oil, refined sugar, malt syrup, and refiner's syrup. Wait, that's 3 different types of sugar already. Then we have cornstarch and preservatives like BHT. BHT is a synthetic antioxidant that's actually banned or heavily restricted in many European countries because of potential links to hormonal and liver issues. When you put it all together, wheat thins aren't really the rustic farm-to-table snack they appear to be. They are, in essence, sugar-glazed crackers. They're closer to being a cookie than a health food. That subtle sweetness you taste isn't the natural flavor of wheat. It's a carefully engineered hit of added syrups. This creates a short-term energy burst, the kind that feels good for a moment, but is inevitably followed by a crash. For older adults, this kind of blood sugar roller coaster can lead to dizziness, fatigue, and even more cravings for sugary foods. And we haven't even finished with the salt. 200 milligrams of sodium in one small handful might not sound like an alarm bell, but how many of us actually stop at just 16 crackers? It adds up incredibly fast, especially for anyone who needs to be mindful of their sodium intake for high blood pressure or is taking diuretics. When you combine the sodium, the multiple added sugars, and the refined oils, you get the perfect storm for health problems: blood pressure spikes, fluid retention, and artery inflammation. I've had patients come into my office, proud that they switched from chips to wheat thins, thinking they were making a smart choice for their heart. But then they'd be confused when their blood pressure and blood sugar levels started creeping up again. When we'd review their food diaries, the culprit wasn't some obvious junk food. It was those innocent handfuls of crackers they were having with their lunch or as an afternoon snack. If you are actively trying to protect your heart or your kidneys, snacks like these are silently chipping away at all your hard work. Every serving adds salt, sugar, and artificial preservatives that your body has to work overtime to fight off. So, what's a genuinely better alternative? You can easily make your own amazing whole grain crisps at home. Just take some whole wheat pita bread, cut it into triangles, brush them lightly with a good quality olive oil, sprinkle on some sea salt or your favorite herbs like rosemary or garlic powder, and bake them until they're golden and crisp. You get real fiber, real flavor, and zero chemical extras. Or, if you're at the store, be a label detective. Look for brands where the ingredient list is short and simple: whole grains, seeds, water, and salt. Not 6 different forms of sugar. The truth is, wheat thins sell a story, not nutrition. And for anyone striving to eat smarter, that story could quietly raise your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and eventually, your medical bills. Okay, now let's move on to the next snack. This one looks innocent, maybe even a bit nostalgic, but it carries one of the highest health risks in the entire snack aisle. Walmart's Great Value Peanut Butter Sandwich crackers. If you grew up eating these, you probably remember them as a quick, satisfying snack, salty, creamy, and so easy to pack. But I am here to tell you that today's store-brand versions are a far cry from what they used to be. Behind that cheerful orange wrapper and smiling logo hides a dangerous combination of refined flour, hydrogenated oils, sugar, and sodium that can quietly undermine your heart and kidney health. Let's look at the numbers. One small pack, which is just a handful of crackers, contains about 160 calories, 9 grams of fat, and a whopping 210 milligrams of sodium. To put that in perspective, that's nearly 10% of your daily recommended sodium limit in a single, tiny serving. But let's be honest, who eats just 1 pack? Most people eat 2, and just like that, you've consumed almost half of your safe daily sodium allowance before you even get to lunch. Now, let's talk about that peanut butter filling. Sadly, it's more sugar and oil than actual peanuts. Instead of simple, natural peanut paste, the ingredient list reveals things like corn syrup solids, hydrogenated vegetable oils, and more added sugars. This mixture is what creates that super smooth, almost frosting-like texture. It's not the texture of real nut butter. The result for your body is a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a wave of fatigue, the exact opposite of the stable, long-lasting energy your body actually needs. The hydrogenated oils are particularly dangerous, especially for older adults. These are industrial oils that contain trans fats. Science is very clear on this. Trans fats increase your LDL, which is the bad cholesterol, and they decrease your HDL, the good cholesterol. This imbalance leads to inflammation in your arteries, making your blood vessels stiffer and raising your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Even consuming small amounts of trans fats regularly can cause significant long-term harm. I've had patients say to me, "Doctor, it's just a small snack. How bad can it really be?" Well, the truth is, these small snacks add up. If you're eating a pack or two a few times a week, you're giving your body a constant dose of salt, sugar, and industrial oils. These are the very ingredients that silently push your blood pressure higher and put a strain on your kidneys over time. And then there's the marketing trap. The packaging often boasts on-the-go protein in big, bold letters. But let's look closer. There are only about 2 grams of protein per pack, and most of that comes from processed peanut powder, not real, whole nuts. The illusion of getting protein energy is used to hide the fact that this snack is mostly just empty carbs, unhealthy fats, and sodium. So, if you want to enjoy that classic peanut butter cracker flavor without the risk, here's my recommendation: do it yourself. Buy some quality whole grain crackers, the kind we talked about earlier, and spread some real natural peanut butter on them. The only ingredients in your peanut butter should be peanuts and maybe a little salt. This way, you get real protein, healthy fats, and fiber, with no hydrogenated oils, no hidden corn syrup, and no weird preservatives. Or, for an even simpler snack, try a handful of roasted almonds or walnuts. They'll keep you full longer, stabilize your energy, and actively support your heart health. In the end, great value peanut butter crackers are not great value at all, not for your body, and not for your long-term health. They promise convenience but deliver inflammation, dehydration, and heart strain. That's a very costly trade-off for a cheap snack. Thank you so much for joining me today as we uncovered the truth behind these popular snacks. I hope this helps you make more informed choices on your next grocery run. I know what a lot of you are thinking after hearing about all those unhealthy snacks. Doctor, is there anything left that's actually safe to eat? Well, I have some fantastic news for you. Yes, there are clean, genuinely wholesome snacks out there that won't sabotage your blood pressure, kidneys, or your heart. Today, we're going to talk about 2 brands that truly stand out for their transparency, real ingredients, and nutritional balance. Let's dive into Kind Healthy Grains and Mary's Gone Crackers. First up, let's talk about Kind Healthy Grains crackers. The moment you open a pack, the difference is immediate and visible. Instead of those glowing orange squares or shiny, greasy wafers you might be used to, you'll see beautiful flecks of real grains. We're talking oats, millet, quinoa, chia, and amaranth, all baked together into this wonderfully crunchy, golden texture. There's no artificial smell, no chemical steam wafting out, just a light, pleasant aroma of toasted grains. It smells like real food because it is real food. Each serving gives you a solid dose of whole grain fiber, a small amount of natural sugar, and even a touch of omega-3 south from the chia seeds. Now, why does this matter, especially for older adults? Well, that specific combination helps to steady your blood sugar, support healthy digestion, and keep your heart calm instead of sending it on a roller coaster. The American Heart Association has been recommending diets rich in whole grains and omega-3 south for years, and for good reason. They're proven to help maintain healthy cholesterol levels and reduce inflammation, which are 2 of the biggest health concerns for anyone over the age of 60. Now, let's be completely honest. Kind crackers do contain a little bit of sugar, about 7 grams per serving. But here's the key difference. It's there as a trade-off for texture, not as a mask for a lack of flavor. The rest of the ingredients are things you'll recognize, things you can pronounce. They're real. You won't find any TBHQ, no yellow number 6, no artificial flavor traps lurking in the ingredients list. I often tell my patients, if you can read the ingredients without needing a chemistry degree, your body will know how to digest it. Kind Healthy Grains crackers are one of the few snacks on the shelf that really pass that test with flying colors. Try pairing them with some Greek yogurt, hummus, or even a natural nut butter. When you do that, you've created a snack that actually fuels your body instead of draining it. It's not just better for you, it's real food, simply and honestly prepared. Next, let's talk about Mary's Gone Crackers. If you've ever wondered if it is still possible to find a snack that feels like it was made in a real kitchen, not a lab, Mary's Gone Crackers is your proof. When you open this box, you're not hit with a cloud of artificial cheese powder or neon colors. What you see are whole seeds, flax, sesame, quinoa, and brown rice all baked together into these hearty, earthy crackers. You can literally see the nutrition packed into every single one. These crackers are organic, gluten-free, and plant-based. That means no hydrogenated oils, no added preservatives, and absolutely no synthetic dyes. And here's a huge plus. While most crackers are absolutely loaded with sodium, often over 200 or even 300 milligrams per serving, Mary's manages to stay far, far lower. This makes it an ideal choice for anyone watching their blood pressure or concerned about kidney strain. Each serving provides natural plant protein and fiber, which work together to stabilize your blood sugar and support your heart and digestive health. And those omega-rich seeds, especially the flax seeds, are a proven source of anti-inflammatory nutrients. Multiple studies have shown that they can help reduce LDL, or bad cholesterol, and protect the health of your arteries. The texture tells you everything you need to know. It's crisp but clean, hearty without being greasy, and flavorful without being a salt bomb. There's no sticky paste left in your mouth, no oily residue on your fingers, just food that feels honest and wholesome. I once had a patient in her 70s who was really struggling to give up her favorite cheese crackers. I told her, you don't have to give up the crunch. You just need to change what's creating it. She made the switch to Mary's Gone crackers, and within just a few weeks, her sodium levels dropped, and her digestion improved noticeably. She was thrilled. These might cost a little more than those bright orange boxes at the grocery store, but I want you to think of it as an investment in your health. Every single bite works with your body, not against it. So, if you take one message away from this video today, let it be this: not all snacks are the enemy. The ones you need to watch out for are those built on chemicals, cheap oils, and mountains of salt. Instead, choose snacks that look and feel like real food, not something created in a factory that looks like plastic. Always, always read the label. Get to know the ingredients you're putting into your body. Your heart, your kidneys, and your energy levels will thank you for it. And please remember, this isn't about being perfect. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Even small, simple changes like switching from Ritz or Keebler to a brand like Kind or Maryscan significantly lower your sodium load, improve your circulation, and help you stay active and vibrant for longer. Real, sustainable health isn't built in a day. It's built one mindful, delicious bite at a time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. When it comes to crackers, or really any snack, it's never just about the taste. It's about what that single bite is doing to your body. Think about it. Most of the popular cracker brands are built on the same foundation: cheap refined flour, unhealthy hydrogenated oils, loads of sugar and salt, and a cocktail of chemicals that extend shelf life but can shorten human life. They're designed to trick your tongue with flavor while quietly putting a strain on your heart, your kidneys, and your arteries. Here's the truth I share with every single patient over 60 who sits in my office. Your body isn't asking you to be perfect. It's just asking you to stop hurting it. You don't have to give up all your snacks. You don't need to live on salads. But you do need to start making smarter swaps, choosing foods that give something back to your body instead of just taking something away. That's why I often recommend brands like Kind Healthy Grains or Mary's Gone crackers. They're great examples that prove food can still be convenient, delicious, and safe without all the chemicals or the guilt. For older adults, every choice truly counts. So, choose fiber over fluff. Choose whole grains over refined white flour. Choose real cheese or nuts over that artificial paste. Most importantly, choose ingredients you can actually pronounce. If you start with just one small change this week, maybe swapping your usual crackers for something made with real, whole grains, your body will feel the difference. Your digestion can improve, your blood pressure might ease up a little, and you'll find your energy stays much more steady throughout the day. And the best part, you'll start to regain something money can't buy, a sense of control over your own health. So, the next time you're in the grocery aisle, just take an extra moment, flip over the box, read the label, and ask yourself this one simple question: does this food work for me, or is it working against me? That one question, when asked consistently, can genuinely change the rest of your life. Take care of your body. It's the only one you'll ever live in. And remember, real food doesn't need flashy marketing. It just needs your attention. If you found today's video helpful, I'd like to ask for a small favor to help me spread this awareness. Every day, I share honest, science-based advice to help seniors live longer, stronger, and more independent lives. Please hit that like button. It really helps this message reach more people who might still be eating foods that are quietly harming their health. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you never miss the next medical insight or nutrition breakdown designed specifically for adults over 60. And please, share this video with your family, especially with anyone who still believes that a few crackers or just one snack could undo any harm. You'd be surprised how much one small video can change someone's habits and maybe even save a life. Remember, you don't have to do everything at once. Start small, stay consistent, and let your body thank you for every good choice you make. Take care of yourself. You've earned the right to live well. I'll see you in the next video.